Hi guys and girls, welcome to the 501st Recon Force channel. Welcome to episode 1 of Noob to Squad Leader. This is for anybody that's new to Battlefield 3 or new to shooters and you want some tips and tricks on how to get better at the game. Specifically, this is really going to be tailored towards Battlefield 3. If you play Call of Duty, this is probably not going to be the best thing for you. You may be able to pick up some stuff, but the games are drastically different in a lot of ways. So, I don't know. I'd recommend this more just for the Battlefield player. But yeah, that's why we name it Noob to Squad Leader. Squad Leader is something particular in Battlefield 3, and you'll understand that later. So here we go. This is the main screen for Battlefield 3. I'm a premium player, so I get the little premium thing under there. Ooh, to do. So let's explain this: campaign, multiplayer, co-op, premium, my soldier, options, store, and extras. And then we have these things on the right side, the invites, friends, and battle feed. I can show battle feed by hitting the little right directional button like it says here on the bottom. And then invites are pretty simple. If I wanted to invite somebody, I would hit the select button and then I'd go through and I'd look. Well, actually, this is your list of people that have invited you. These are people that have invited me to games and stuff like this. Most of them are 501 members, because this is 501st Recon. And then if you hit start, you can look into who's playing Battlefield, and if I wanted to, I can hit the square button and invite them to play Battlefield. And they'll join a squad with me, and then we'll get into that kind of stuff later. We'll show that later. It's not that important. It's a little bit complicated, so let's just get you started. So here's a campaign. If you hit X, you go into this, and it'll begin the first player campaign. I'll show you, say resume campaign, start new campaign, replay missions. So I've been going through this, doing this for our campaign missions, and that's why it says Operation Swordbreaker for my resume and everything else. But that's what I'm working on for our next video in episode 2. So just to give you guys a show of how a campaign starts. Usually it would just say start new campaign if you're brand new to the game. Multiplayer. This is where we're going to get into next. Okay, and then co-op. Co-op is, you need to be online to play co-op, but it's you and a buddy. And basically you get online together and you play missions in the campaign style together. And you can talk to each other on PSN chat just like you're playing multiplayer. Okay, so, and then there's premium, and I'll show you premium real quick. Premium shows up, this is if you pay $50 on PlayStation Store, you can buy Battlefield Premium Service. Premium Service gives you all the bonus expansion packs, like Back to Karkan, Close Quarters, Armored Kill, let's see, what's the other one? Aftermath, and in-game. You get all of those, it's $75 worth of expansion packs. It's 5 in total for $50. You get access to the ones that aren't out 2 weeks before the actual release date, which is really cool. Like, we're in 2 weeks early. Right now we're in the 2 weeks early on Close Quarters. That's about to end on the 20th. So we're all getting kind of excited about that because it's going to open up and more people will be able to play Close Quarters, and those games are going to get pretty crazy. But we're if you have premium, you have a lot more time to spend in those maps during some smaller games and stuff and really learn the maps, which is good, and learn some of the new guns and access to that kind of stuff. Because with expansion packs come new assignments and new guns. That's what's great about Battlefield. It's not just new maps. We also got new game modes, which we'll explain later, and which we've been explaining in our DLC series. Then we got my soldier, options, store, and extras. I'll go to it right now. Molly, stop yelling at Yogi. I got my animals in here, and they are communicado at the moment, so I wish they'd be incommunicado. Let's see. We got manuals, Battlefield 3, Back to Karkan, and Close Quarters. Yogi is my dog, and Yogi needs to sit down. Let's see here. And then we got store, featured, all, and premium. And I'm going to show you guys what premium does. If this thing would load. Load. Good boy. Alright. So if you buy premium, $50 right here, you get Close Quarters free. You get Back to Karkan free. And then all the other premium content that comes out, you can download it here for free. This stuff You can go buy shortcuts if you don't want to spend your time unlocking stuff, but we want to help you guys unlock it faster so you don't even have to spend the money on this kind of stuff. You can also buy and rent your own server if you want to. So you can play it your way. People come in and play, but if you are a jerk as an admin and people don't like you, nobody's going to come play on your server. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. That's about it for the store. Options is, general game options for controls, for jet buttons, helicopters, vehicles, your soldiers you're moving. This is great. I'll leave this up here for a second. You can look at it yourself on the game, but, goes through all the guns, which is kind of cool. Your directional button over there on the left, your analog sticks, and your X, square, triangle, and circle buttons. We're going to get into all that kind of stuff, as well as your L1, L2, R1, and R2 buttons for your soldiers later. That's going to be the main thing that we're going to talk about. Sensitivity is controller sensitivity. That gets controlled right there. Let's see, gameplay. You can turn subtitles, hints, aim, reload, weapon zoom. You can change all that stuff, so it's press button instead of hold it and that kind of stuff. Let's see, the audio and your video. This is all depending on your own TV and how you're doing. Save settings, no, because I don't know what I did. Let's see, my soldier. Alright, so this is really cool. This is an area you're probably going to spend a decent amount of time in, mainly in this part called Customize, but here you can see your stats, and you can look at your progression, what's coming up next, what you're about to earn, and this is cool. This is Customize. So, what do you do in Customize? Well, you customize your dude. So, like, you start off, we've got 4 classes in the game: Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. The Assault class guys are your medics. They heal everybody. So what you have in the game is you have a primary weapon and a sidearm, always a pistol. Then you have a gadget 1 and a gadget 2, and then you have a specialization. That's pretty much the same for all the classes. If you played Killzone, it's kind of similar. If you played Battlefield, any of the other incarnations, like Bad Company 2 or something like that, it's kind of the same idea. So, like right here, you got your primary weapon, and what you can do is hit X and look at accessories. So this is where you'll change up the iron sights and add sights like ACOGs, red dot sights, holographic sights, infrared night vision, rifle scopes, 3x4 scopes, 4x scopes, Russian red dots, and hollows. So you may like different looks on different guns. So it's whatever you like and you feel comfortable with. You can kind of change up your iron sights as you unlock them. Up front, you've got the underslung rail, foregrip, or a bipod to unlock for this gun in particular. Some of these are all different, but this is your middle accessory spot. So you notice under the gun, like if I add that, that takes up the left accessory spot. And if I take it away, it says there's nothing there. Right now I have an underslung rail, but I could change that up to a foregrip or a bipod if I had that unlocked. If it's locked, it will have that little lock in the corner. You see that? That means it's locked. I can't use it. And then the third thing, the third accessory you can change up. All these vary with the guns, really, but usually it's along the lines of these things: flash suppressors, laser sights, suppressors, tactical lights, and heavy barrels. Heavy barrels help you help your aimed accuracy. So like when you're aiming down the sights, you're going to be more accurate with the gun. It decreases your hip fire accuracy. Tactical lights blind your enemies, but they also make you visible. And you can turn those on and off. Suppressors, you can't take the suppressor off in the game. You can do it in the menu in game, but you can't do it in the game. So you will just have a suppressor, but it hides you from enemies. Basically, when you fire your gun off, you don't show up on the minimap. It also lessens your muzzle flash, much like a flash suppressor. And a flash suppressor doesn't hide you on the minimap, but it does make you less visible in actual person. Because some people are bad at watching the minimap, and it's still an advantage. I think it may also do something. Yeah, it also decreases vertical recoil, but reduces accuracy from hip fire due to additional weight. Alright. Oh, yeah. And if you try and use a locked item, you get that screen. So we'll get into all that kind of stuff later. I have no weapon camos for this one, but some of the weapons you can get camos for. Okay. If you're premium, you can get special premium camos. Alright, so gadget, or sidearms, let's do sidearms. Your sidearms are always pistols. They're usually, like this is a J-Team, which is a fully automatic or semi-automatic pistol with selective fire. You can get it suppressed. I could take a 44 Magnum semi-automatic revolver, which is a very powerful gun. I could get the same gun scoped. And this is a 93R. It shoots burst and single fire, so that's a pretty cool gun. And then like MP412 Rex, that's another, it's a 357 Magnum revolver. So there's revolvers in the game. There's 1911s. You can get ones. The tactical TACT always comes with a tactical light. Suppressed always comes with a suppressor. That's basically the two things you can get on your gun for your sidearm. And you can have a 44 scope. It's the only one with a scope. The only one you can put a scope on. I usually roll with a 44 just because it's my favorite gun. I love screaming Clint Eastwood when I kill people. I don't know, I just get into it. I think Dirty Harry's a badass. Who doesn't? So anyway, let's see. But I'm going to run with a G18 suppressed to kind of show you the suppressor and also to show you guys some stuff with selective fire later. Let's see, Gadget 1. For assault, you have the medic kit, and then you have some other assault options that you can use. If you equip that underswing rail, that middle option that I've taken on the AUG, I can put a grenade launcher. I can put a grenade launcher that shoots buckshot. I can put a grenade launcher that shoots smoke. I don't even know what that one does. That one's a single shot grenade. Okay, live grenade. Or I can put an M26 mass shotgun. I can now. If you don't carry a gun that has an underslung rail, you can still carry these things. You just carry them as separate weapons. If you carry them with a gun with an underslung rail, you can just sling the shotgun underneath your gun and just walk around with your regular gun out and switch to your shotgun really quickly without having to switch a whole piece of equipment or weaponry. And it'll do that automatically if you have undersling rail equipped. So dart, frag, slug, all that kind of stuff. But I usually run with the medikit because I like to do what assault does. If you want to run really aggressive, then you usually run one of these options. The smoke is great. It can be really good for basically shielding your teammates from enemy movement, or from the enemy while they're moving and that kind of stuff. So it can be useful, but you need to be communicating with your team when you use it, or it's just pretty useless. And it doesn't necessarily get you points, I don't believe. Gadget 2 is a defibrillator, and there are no other gadgets for Gadget 2 for assault. Defibrillators, once you unlock them, because they're not available immediately, allow you to revive people. When you go to revive people, we'll kind of get into how, when, and where to do that, probably in episode like 3. So it's going to be pretty early on in Noob Squad. Later we're going to talk about the assault kit and defibbing people, smart defibbing, noob defibbing, and why we don't want you to do it. And then we're going to talk about specializations, because you want to defib, but you just want to defib at the right times. Specializations, notice mine says SQD, that counts for squad. So squad sprint, which means that it gives the sprint specialization to everyone in my squad. Now, you don't automatically unlock squad sprint. Usually it starts off with just sprint, and that's just for you. And then you'll unlock flak and explosives and cover and suppression and frag and ammo, and they'll all just be for you. And then eventually you'll start unlocking squad sprint and squad flak and squad explosion and squad coverage and suppression and frag and ammo. And once you have all those unlocked, you can only select from one of those, but it gives your whole squad the ability to either carry 2 grenades or suppress. So then you can have 4 guys rolling around with 4 different specializations, and each one of you basically benefits from the specialization. So you can all have sprint, you can all have flak, you can all carry 2 frags, and you can all have extra ammo. So it's pretty cool. That's just ways to help your team, in the game and everything else. I usually roll with squad frag. I'm usually that guy in the team that's supposed to do that. So we discuss with him 501 who's doing that and make sure that we're not running the same stuff all the time, like a bunch of dummies. So then you have engineer. These are your repair guys, so they can repair vehicles via their gadget 2, which is a repair tool. You can also take other stuff. We'll get into in a second. Now you can kill guys with the repair tool, you can kill enemy vehicles with the repair tool, and you can fix friendly vehicles with the repair tool. The only difference is, if an enemy is in a vehicle, you will start to destroy it. All you got to do is walk up to it like you were going to repair it, and you'll start destroying it. If you go up to a vehicle and it's empty, and you start repairing it, and it's damaged, you'll start repairing it. You will not start destroying it. If you go up to a vehicle and it's got a friendly in it, you will hit the repair tool button, which is your shoot button, and you'll start repairing it. So you can get points off of repairing vehicles, and you can get ribbons off of repairing vehicles. So sometimes just repairing is a full-time job. The other part of the job is taking down enemy vehicles, meaning air-to-air, anti-aircraft fire, and anti-ground. So sometimes right here I have a javelin equipped, but you also have SMAWs and Stingers on the U.S. side. You have RPGs and SA Iglas on the Russian side to replace these 2 weapons. The SMAW is an unguided rocket, and the FIM-92 Stinger is a guided anti-aircraft missile that needs a lock-on to fire and will only target aircraft. The Javelin is great. Once you unlock the Javelin, you can target ground automatically, and then if you have a sniper who runs a SOFLAM, he can designate air targets, and you can target those air targets and take out ground and air targets with the Javelin. So Javelins are really powerful. Everybody loves Javelins. Gotta love a Javelin. Anyway, and they're really easy to use. I mean, it's really, really simple to use a Javelin. And then you have your squad specialization down here. Now you will have different weapons open to you in each of these. Usually, if you get the physical warfare pack, you get the, which I recommend buying, it's like $3. You get all the shotgun, or a good start of the shotguns, like the 870 and the DAO, or the DAO as people call it. Stuff like that. You get some pretty good shotguns, and those are really good when you're a noob. Like, they're just great to start the game with. They're really easy to use, but there is a skill to them. Like, people that say that the only people that use shotguns are noobs are idiots, because I know a lot of really good players that love to use shotguns, and they know how to use them effectively and usefully. Because you can run around with a shotgun and never get a kill because you engage people incorrectly. You have to engage people based on the ammo that you're running and how you build the shotgun. So we're going to talk about that in 99 Guns, in probably our first episode, actually. And then we're going to talk about Recon a lot today. Well, let's talk about support real quick, sorry. In support, you still have the same primary sidearm and sidearm options. Support guys typically carry something along the lines of a light machine guns and a 240, M60, PKP, 249, that kind of gun. You do start, I believe, with the M27 IAR, and that actually is a great gun. I love this gun. I think it's great. I don't have a problem with this gun whatsoever. So, if you can't handle light machine guns, it's just too much to kick, and you don't have good teammates, and you can't bipod out because you're getting knifed all the time, then I recommend using the M27, or just dropping back and using a shotgun and rolling really close with your teams. Like, what I love doing is rolling like the M1014 once you unlock it. For the longest time I ran with the 870, just with this setup, a hollow, an extended mag, and a buckshot. I have a tactical light and a laser sight and a flash suppressor and all that crap, and its extended mag is where it's at, absolutely. and you just roll in close with your squad, and you throw down ammo boxes. Throw down ammo boxes near your teammates. You get squad revives, which are worth 20 points, and you get or not revives, but you get 20 points for every time you refill your teammates' ammo with an ammo box. So every time they go over and refill their ammo, you get 10 points for just a teammate and 20 points for a squad member. In Gadget 2, which you'll unlock, you'll start with no gadget, and then you'll get C4, and then M18 Claymores, and then M224 Mortars. Mortars, you really need teammates to help you guide and tell you where enemies are so that you can shoot effectively, or else you're just bombing the map randomly. M18 Claymores, which are really useful and a lot of fun. But C4 is my favorite and your most effective way of taking out tanks with support, so I roll with it the most often. And then we've got Recon. Recon is the last class we're going to talk about real quick, and it's the class we're going to roll with today. So I'm rolling with an M98B. You don't get this till much later in the Recon class unless you go ahead and buy it. You start off with this gun, the MK11 Mod 0. That's why most of the time I roll with a shotgun of some kind when I'm in this class, or I will run with like a PD WR or UMP45 once I unlock those, because I hate this gun. It's horrible. Literally, I've gotten 4 kills with it. I hate it. The SU-98 is great. I've unlocked a bunch of stuff with it, and it's one of my favorite early sniper rifles. It's in my opinion, one of the best ones in the game. The SKS is great once you unlock this gun. I recommend just rolling, instead of with this thing or any of this crap, just roll iron sights and roll around like you have an assault rifle that shoots single fire. So just get good at tapping A, basically. The thing's really accurate and pretty strong. But for purposes of our demonstration today, we're going to use an M98B. If you've seen our other videos, you notice that I like to snipe a lot, so this gun makes its appearance quite a bit, as well as my personal baby. Oh, where is she? There we go. My L96. I love this gun as well. They're both good, in my opinion, the 2 top guns in the game, M98B and the L96 as far as sniper rifles go. Let's see, Gadget 1, you start off the game with an UGS and a radio beacon. The radio beacon is a mobile spawn point. Gadget 1's UGS is a motion sensor, or TUGS rather. You unlock a SOFLAM eventually, and SOFLAM helps you target enemy vehicles of all kinds. Ground vehicles, air vehicles, so if it drives or flies, you can target it and your teammates can shoot it down with javelins. And then the MAV. And the MAV is like a little flying recon drone. And you sit still and you fly this recon drone around the map, and you can target people for your teammates. Stuff like that. So it's pretty useful if used effectively, but you don't want to be flying around in the MAV the whole goddamn game, because you're helping your team, but you're not necessarily helping them a great deal unless your teammates are really getting the job done. There are other things you can be doing. So I recommend sometime in the MAV, especially good little 30-second flights to go check out a position before you have your teammates storm it. That's a great use of the MAV, but just flying around in it all day, not so much. So we're going to use the UGS today and the radio beacon and the M98B with a laser sight on it. Now, also you can cover land and air in here. Sorry guys, it's the morning, I'm really tired. I just woke up. But we got land and air vehicles as well, so you got, jets, attack helicopters, scout helicopters, MBTs, IFVs, and mobile AAs. So, like, your MBTs are going to be your tanks, your T-90s and stuff like that. Your IFVs are going to be your, like, BTR-90, your mobile troop carriers. So it's going to have, 6-7 spots where you can fit whole squads in there and that kind of crap. You can fit 2 squads in one of those things practically. Well, pretty much, yeah, you could. You got dog tags and this other thing that's assignments, and this is important, so I'll show you this as well. You got Best Friend Forever, Fixing It, Let It Rain, Spec Ops, Marine Territory. All these came with Back to Karkan, if I am correct. And that's where you can get the L96. So getting assignments done is very important. Usually it's really simple. 10 revives, 10 heals, and you got a fall mass. 10 repairs and kill one guy with a repair torch, like I was talking about earlier, and you got a G53. And I like this gun. It gives you 3 modes of fire. You can notice fire modes are single, burst, and then full auto. Full auto is the 3 dots over there in the corner. Semi-auto is a single dot, and then the burst mode is the 2 dots under fire modes. Underneath range, rate of fire, ammo, next to G53 and the completion reward. So if you guys check that out, that's where you can learn a lot about some of the guns that you can unlock, what they're capable of, and what they do. These are our premium things. If you sign up for premium, you can get premium dog tag assignments, lifesaver, bullet provider, location scout, wrench wielder, and then if you complete all of these and then you do all this stuff, you can get jack of all trades. I've already seen guys rolling with this, so guys are getting these done. As you can see, I've got most of these done. The only thing I need to finish up is this ACWR, and I've used this thing in Gunmaster, and I love this gun, so I really want to get it. I got a buddy that has it, and he really likes it. I just have not been spending any time shooting anti-tank rockets at people or shooting with carbines, because I've been using this gun way too much. Once I got it, I liked it way too much. I like it. So I'm going to repeat that a couple of times. This M5K is probably one of the harder assignments in the new set for close quarters, because these 10 right here are all close quarters expansion pack guns. See, these are pretty simple. You know, they're not that bad, not that hard to get. 10 kills with C4, 10 knife takedowns. That's not that bad. I can get 10 kills with C4. All I got to do is play with it. M5K though, to finish top 5 in Gunmaster, if you're not good at Gunmaster, that can be very difficult. So I recommend finding a really empty lobby and hoping you do well. 100 kills with submachine guns, all you gotta do is use the submachine gun and eventually you'll get it. So there you go. But that one makes that one tricky. And then you can also look at your co-op stats and progression to find out what guns you were almost done unlocking for all your kits and stuff. So, we're done with that, so let's go play some multiplayer. So we got quick matches and server browser, and that's all we're going to talk about today. The leaderboards, run a server, my servers, and matches we just don't need to talk about right now. First thing we're going to talk about server browser. This is where you can go in and look, as you can see, name of the server over here on the left, and then the players in it, and then what map they're on, and what game mode they're playing. CQ is Conquest, TDM is Team Deathmatch, CQA is Conquest Assault. We'll talk about all that stuff in just a minute. So, but that's going to be your game mode and everything else. Now on the left, if you look in there on the names, it'll say something like Conquest 24/7. That means all it's going to be is Conquest of some kind on that particular server. 200% tickets on the most popular maps. So it's going to be the maps that people like the most, apparently, at least according to this guy, and it's going to be 200% of the normal amount of tickets allowed in the game, and that's how this game works, is tickets. So you can kind of scroll through that and see if there's anything like that you like and that you think is cool. You know, public servers, you got good maps, Conquest, some of Rush only and stuff like that. So you see, this one says like no kicks, you know, nobody's gonna kick you, you can go do whatever. I probably wouldn't play on that server myself, but whatever. I would want a admin to at least be responsible, but also be taking care of people that are doing cheesy shit, because some people do cheesy stuff and it's not any fun to play against. You know, spawn trapping and stuff like that, and what we call spawn raping, where you take vehicles and ram them into vehicles in the spawn, so you don't even let vehicles leave the spawn, which is kind of retarded. If there was some way DICE could patch that, that'd be really awesome, but I don't know how they would do it really, without making flying really annoying. Because if you're in one of those jets, you can be off the map in no time at all and have to turn around. So, you know, if they made it so you couldn't even fly over the enemy spawn, it would be pretty difficult, in my opinion, to make a map feasible and fun for somebody that likes to fly around and play the game. Just some stuff up here at the top with the L1 and R1 buttons. You can look at what your friends are playing, where they're at, where you've been playing, and then your favorites. And this is the 501 server. Nobody's on it at the moment, but this is our server run by Squid81 at the moment. We will be switching over to an official server pretty soon. It'll say 501st Recon Force official server on the name. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff on there. When you see our playlist for server events go up, you're going to see, and you'll be, if you pay attention to the news on Sundays, when I do the news episode, you'll see that we run some events on there. We'll do some stuff like knife only, squad rush, and team deathmatch with sniper lobby only, stuff like that. Just crazy shit. On certain days, usually like maybe on like a Tuesday once a week, we'll just do a server event. And if you guys want to come and join in and play, that's cool. You know, just remember we will kick you if you're not playing to the rules. So the idea is to set some weird boundaries and just try and play the game in a different way during server events. So we hope you guys enjoy those. We'll also be showing gameplays from those just to show like how they turned out, what they were like, and whether or not we liked them and they were fun. So check out that playlist. I think that one's going to actually turn out to be a lot of fun once it gets going and once we get going. The 501 server should be up in July or August. I'll keep you guys updated as to that on YouTube, so just pay attention here. Let's see. And then search, you can search servers if you can't find a particular one, but you know about one. So if you want to search 501st Recon Force official server, you know, that would probably show up with ours. So, quick match, we're going to do that. Let's see, you can go find the game, invite a friend, and manage the squad. Kind of works like this. I can go invite any of these guys if I want to, and I can manage my squad if I've already created a squad, like invite some more people to it before we go play the game. And even once you back out of that, even if you're in a squad, the squad is still there. You should still be able to talk to everybody if you did it right. Now, then you go in and pick the game mode, like if you're the squad leader, that is. Now what you have early on, let me show you. Start off. Conquest, which is capture and control of flags. It takes quite a while to capture a flag. You have to neutralize it, then capture it. Each spawn costs the team a ticket, and the first team that drops 0 tickets loses. So you have a certain amount of tickets when you start the game. If you are being completely capped and they have all the control points, you will bleed tickets whether or not you'll run out of tickets, and tickets will go away and disappear, even if you're not respawning, even if you guys aren't dying. So it's not necessarily based on kills. It's really based on control of the flags and playing the objective. Rush is another objective game, but it's set kind of like Demolition in Call of Duty, but set more realistically, as in like you go through each of the maps through stages. So you have a point where you're spawned, you have 2 little MCOM stations. You'll run up. If you can manage to destroy those 2, another 2 will appear in a new section of the map, and you will continue to rush that section of the map while another team tries to play defense and keep you from destroying all those MCOM stations. Once you destroy something like 6 to 8 MCOM stations, depending on the game and how many tickets they're playing, then you win the game. If you're on attacker, you have to destroy all 8 MCOM stations. Defender just has to stop you at any point along the way. So if they get you to the very last set of MCOM stations and you can't blow them up and you run out of attacker tickets, you lose the game. The defenders have infinite tickets. You guys have a set amount to destroy each pair of MCOM stations. If you destroy both MCOM stations, your ticket count gets rejuvenated all the way back up to whatever it started. So if you started with 100 at the beginning of the game, it would go back up to 100 for this next set of MCOM stations. But if you run out, you run out. So if you're ever playing and you hear on Team Talk, nobody spawn, and you've already died, don't spawn, because you may lose the game for your team. It won't be the last guy that died, it will be the first guy that spawns when you've run out of tickets that will lose you the game. It will be you will still have a chance to win the game so long as you guys have people on your team alive on the board. Now, once they've eliminated everybody on the board and none of you respond, you'll lose the game anyway. So you might as well give your teammates a chance to actually win, and don't ruin it for them. So if you see 0 tickets, don't just spawn, mindlessly, especially in Rush. That's very important. Team Conquest, not so much. Team Deathmatch, yes, very much so. Especially if you're like, Team Deathmatch is more about kills. So for each kill you get a certain, you get a point for each kill, and then the limit is whatever it is. So it's either 100 kills or 200 kills or 300 kills or whatever. But once whatever team hits that limit first wins. That's what Team Deathmatch is. And it's just a straight up kill match, and there are no vehicles in Team Deathmatch matches, and the maps are pretty small. Squad Deathmatch, the maps are also small, but the thing is you're set up in a squad of 4 or 3 or whatever, how many are in there, and it's your squad versus the other 3 squads. So it's whichever squad reaches the score limit first wins. Squad Rush is one squad of a maximum of 4 versus another squad of a maximum of 4 over a single MCON station. So it's like Rush, but scaled down big time. These games are pretty tough. Squad Rush is not easy. It's very tactical, and you got to be pretty clever. You gotta know how to move as a team and wipe a team off the board correctly, because there's only 4 of you and there's only 4 of them. But whoever's on their game is probably going to win that game. Conquest Assault. Basically, if you're on Assault, you start off, the other team has all of the control points, and you can only spawn from your control place, like your deployment zone. So you deploy in there, and then you try and take flags. And if you take all the flags, then the defenders can only deploy from their teammates. And if you bleed them down to tickets all the way, then you'll win the game. So Conquest Assault, pretty cool. Conquest Domination is a new mode with close quarters. It's usually only on close quarters maps over 3. It's like Conquest, but it's only got 3 capture points, and the capture points are taken much faster than a normal Conquest. Gunmaster is a new game where you start off with like an MP443, and you level up by, if you get 2 kills, you get the next gun, and then the next gun, and the next gun, using the same system at 2 kills. And then the person to get to the last level gets a knife, and if you're the first person to get 2 knife kills, you win the game. So it's an individual game, but you do have teammates, so you actually have to kill enemies. So it's funny, because sometimes you can actually be competing against a teammate to win the game, and a teammate can actually beat you. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of a funny mode. If you want to check out our DLC special, it's our first episode, Ziba Master Gunmaster on Ziba Tower. So check that out if you want to see what Gunmaster's all about, and we'll have some more Gunmaster videos later. TDM Close Quarters is just like Team Deathmatch. It's only on close quarters maps, and it's 16 players. I have actually seen it on the new maps as well, but it's more fun on the close quarters maps in my opinion. So we're going to play some Conquest today, and we're going to play on a really big map like Gulf of Oman, so that I have some space to do this. Now this says, do you want to join a squad? So I can say yes, put me in a squad, or no, I'll do it later. I selected no there because I don't want to be in a squad at the beginning. So let me show you some real quick about that. If you didn't select that, you'll end up in one of these squads with one of these random people. Look at all those randoms, and it's not any fun. Right now I am not in a squad. Now, I could join up with them and help them out as a squad, but I'm giving you guys a tutorial, so I'm going to be a bad player and create my own squad, which is dumb. Now, go through here. I'm in Foxtrot. I can invite my friends. I'm going to set it to private so that nobody else can join me. Oh, another thing real quick. Down here it has switch team, VOIP. So I can do squad. What's up, Easy? Doing a live commentary. How you doing, bud? Squad and then team. Alright, so I got BZ in here with me. I just turned that off by accident. Oh, that's terrible. Turn that off. Okay, so I had to silence BZ, unfortunately, for our normal amount of conversation, so I can finish this up with you guys real quick. Now, I'm moving via the left stick. L3, your left analog stick. That's how you run around. Now, if you need to sprint, you need to hold down L3. If you need to jump over things, you hit X. X is your action button. It allows you to jump, it allows you to jump off of stuff, it allows you to climb over things. Circle is your, like, enter vehicle button. So you can enter vehicles via circle. And you can exit vehicles via circle. So always remember that if you're flying around in a helicopter, don't hit circle. You'll just leave and fall out of it. And you need to hit X. So I'm up here. I'm going to show you guys some stuff. To aim, to look around, you hit R1 to look around. Or not R1, excuse me, what am I doing? Your R3 stick, your right analog stick, will move your cursor around and show you what's up. And then to actually aim, if you want to aim at something, you hit the L1 button, and I'll look down the weapon scope. And I'll look down the weapon scope, and I hit L3. I can steady my rifle scope, and I can pull the trigger. And I'll show where that landed. You can see that little spot in the wall. And it makes this a little clearer. Shoot out that window. So, window pop. Nice. That was cool. Okay, so all that neat stuff happened. Now we've got equipment to talk about. So your left side of the controller, your L1 is your aim, your L2 is your grenade throwing. So just do a grenade. You can't throw a grenade off the map. You can only throw it about 30 meters. That's about it. So once you finish that, L1 is your aim, L2 is your grenade. I'm out of grenades, so I can't do that anymore. If I look up, I can turn off my laser sight. You see this little laser out there? Now it's off. Now it's on, because I'm hitting the up button on the directional pad. If I turn it off, you can see the crosshairs get bigger, and my hip fire gets more inaccurate. If I turn it on, my hip fire gets more accurate. It's pretty neat like that. Now, if I had this gun equipped, I did that by hitting triangle. You hit triangle, switch weapons, triangle, switch weapons, triangle, switch weapons. So, I've switched to my G18, and this thing is fully automatic. So, if I don't want to deal with it being fully automatic, I'll just hit the down button on the directional pad, the opposite of my equipment. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single fire. Cool, 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 everything's good to go. Now I hit triangle, and back to my main weapon. This one doesn't have selectable fire modes, but this one happened to do that, so I want to show you guys that. Now, what's the left and the right button for? Well, the left button is your equipment 1. Remember your medic box, your tugs, all that stuff. Now if I lay this down, I can't have it be red. It needs to be the same color that it is in my hand. And there you go, it's down, and now I have a motion sensor. Now if I want to lay down a spawn beacon, I can lay it down, and now if BZ wants to spawn on me, he will spawn at the beacon after this. He spawned on me there because I hadn't laid the beacon down just yet. If I want to pick up any of this equipment, just go over here and pick it up. Alright, and then I'm good to go. So I'll lay it down. Oh, BZ laid down some medic stuff for me, so if I got hurt, I can just lay down in this medic bag right here, or just lay down in this medic bag anyway. And anytime I get hit, I'm already healing up. So, now I'm aimed on the sight. I see an enemy chopper. What do? I hit the select button. Why do I hit the select button? Because I can spot it. Now all my teammates have seen it. If they shoot it down, I will get a spot bonus. The same goes for this jet. The same will also go for anybody that I see. So there's a guy. There he is.
Yeah, I've got an
Spotted
enemy
him.
soldier.
Now, if I miss him, like that, doesn't matter. My teammates at least know he's over there. Now, the spot will go away, especially if I lose sight of a human. You can also spot enemy tanks as well. So these all these things help your teammates, and you will get spot bonuses if they are killed while they are highlighted like that. Here's a enemy sniper. Perfect chance to talk about bullet. Oh, missed him. Wow. That scared him. There it goes. Alright, so everybody see how that happened. I couldn't aim. He was pretty close, so I aimed just barely above his head, and the bullet dropped right into his head and killed him. There is realistic ballistics in this game. So, like, if I'm shooting at this tower over here, like, here's a guy. Okay, I can't aim right here and hit him. It's not going to. I've got to aim up here. See, that's closer to his actual head height. So I'll aim halfway, and bang, he's down. Marksman 249. It's as simple as that. The bullet drops, guys. Okay, so simple example is this window here. All right, if I aim right at the window, I'd shoot underneath of it. If I aim above the window, study my aim here, bang, right in through the middle of it. Okay, that's where I wanted to actually hit. So you need to account for gravity. Gravity affects everything. So even if you're shooting out of a chopper, if you're shooting a tank guns especially, like if you're shooting big heavy tank shells, those drop considerably. So you need to pay attention to gravity and the weight of the stuff that you're using. It's not as simple as just pulling the trigger like it is in Call of Duty. You can't just put the crosshairs on them unless they're really close to you. Like something like this, like this guy, yeah, I could probably point almost right at him and just pull the trigger and hit when I need to. Okay, so that's what that's all about. Now let's go back to the deployment zone where I'm going to be safe, so I can talk to you guys about the very last section. Now we've covered shooting, we've covered bullet drop, and aiming a little bit. We've covered movement, how to move around and stuff like that. Now we're going to cover the last little bits of movement back here in the deployment zone away from the battlefield, because I'm going to be doing some stuff that's really going to expose me, basically. We've also covered the whole left directional pad, so any questions you have on the left directional pad, just rewind this video and watch it again. Remember, climbing over stuff. We'll cover the buttons right now. Here we go. So X button, this is your action button. You'll climb over stuff. You'll jump out. You'll jump in the air. All that kind of neat stuff. If you're on something and you want to jump off of it, you can do that with X. If you want to get into a vehicle, you just hit circle and you're in the vehicle. You want to get out, you hit circle and you're out. Okay? Triangle, you switch your weapons. Okay? And now if you have like an M26 or some kind of like grenade launcher, you have to hit your left button on your gadget 1 button, your left button on your direction pad, because it's actually considered a gadget, not a weapon. And then your square button is your reload button, and those are all your face buttons right there. R3 has another really cool option in it. R3 is also how you crouch, change the level, and if you hold it down, you can lay down. Now if you hit X, you go straight back to standing. But there's other ways to do this. So you can be standing and just hold X and drop all the way down to laying down, and then tap on R3 and you'll go to crouch, and then tap on R3 again and you'll stand. And lay down if you want to. Crouch, stand, you can crouch and then lay down, and you can then go all the way back to standing, which is X. Alright, so that's all those are basic, real basic stuff, but really, really helpful. And the last button I'm going to talk about is the R2 button. If you tap R2, oh, see that flash? That was a knife. If you run it behind somebody and you tap R2, you'll take their tags. You'll knife the guy and kill him in one kill and take his tags if you get close enough. If you're face to face with him, he'll do that, and you'll swipe at him. It may take 2 or 3 tries. Now, one of the best things you can do if you get in a situation like that is go on ahead and pull your knife out and just straight knife fight. So the way to do that is you hold R2, and now your knife's out, and then you can fight with your knife by hitting R1 just like it's a gun. You can't aim like with L1, that's useless, but you can swing a little bit faster with your knife and it's already out and ready to go. And usually what I'll do is if I see some guy and I'm about to take his tags, I will hold R2 and then walk up to him like this and hit R1 to take his tags. Simply because it's just a little bit easier, and this way I make sure that I'm not going to accidentally pull the trigger. Now sometimes you want to walk up like this and take the guy's tags because he's moving around a lot, and you'll go in and try and take his tags and he will dip back to your right or your left and you'll miss him, and then you'll just have your knife out. So what I like to do is run in, try and take the guy's tags, and then if I miss, you know, go to it with the pistol. Okay? So that's pretty much it. That's all the basic controls for Battlefield 3. Pretty simple stuff. We're going to talk about driving one of these vehicles, how to get into third-person mode, and all that fun stuff later on. So that'll be episode 2, where we're going to continue with driving vehicles, having lots of fun. I'll see you guys next time here on the 501st Recon channel. 501, drop bombs, fellas. Peace out, everybody.